Yeah, I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
Yes, ancient women. Any woman that is physically above the age of 13 is ancient.
All right, explain this to me like I'm retarded.
That won't be that hard.
So you'll be there, okay?
Today!
Today.
Not tomorrow!
Not tomorrow.
Today! Today!
What the fuck?
What's up, everybody? Good to see you here today. We've got this with your boy Andrew Esquire. It's the Legal Minds we teach you to be your own judge. And we're also joined today, not just by, oh wait, hold on, the Smoothie Swarm is here. Junie sent her people here. Thank you so much for the raid, Junie. We're not just joined by Junie's Raiders, but we are also joined by a good friend of mine who's back to help me through some of the facts and situations here. My good friend Gator. Who's muted?
Oh, hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm an anime boomer. I got to be a little boomerish, right?
No, I was busy boomering it today with my setup. So that's on me, guys. Sorry I'm a little later today, getting everything set up and updating, doing some software updates, some other things I needed to do because, I'm a boomer. So that said, it's good to see everybody here today. What's up? And yeah, just come on in, come on, join. I've shared the link out on Twitter. So if you're on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, don't really care. Feel free to come over and like that video. And we're going to talk today about, stuff that may have happened and some pertinent law. And then we're also just going to watch some clips because people sent me a number of clips. So we're just going to go through a lot of those today and, have a good time while we do that. In fact, why don't we start with this one right here? And this one is especially for you guys, chat, because I know you guys are indeed degenerates.
Oh, I've talked about this before. There's nothing wrong with being old and watching VTubers. I kind of find it really inspiring how you were a degenerate when you were younger and your voice makes that's cool though. I've talked about this before.
Very good. Good clip there. And then I guess y'all are really missing Shondo though, because you guys send me a lot of Shondo clips. So I'll play one here, which is Shondo absolutely obliterating a dude.
Yeah, some people do things like that. And it's kind of wacky. Yeah, I'm a guy. I'm a man. I'm a 7'8" adult man. And I just want to know what goes on in normies' heads to make them hear a clearly feminine voice without knowing anything about the owner of the voice and instantly go, yep, man, definitely man. I'm just going to say it. If you think this way, you're gay. That's gay. If you hear a girl's voice and instantly you go, must be a guy, you're gay. I'm so sorry. Stop trying to turn everyone into a man. Hey, Beast the King. I hate to break it to you, but you're gay. Not just pointing out a fact. Sorry, buddy. You're a homosexual. You're attracted to men. If you hear a girl's voice and you say they're a guy, sorry, you're a man. I hope you have a very happy life and you find yourself a nice husband and you're very happy together. I hope that you have lots of children and you have a lot of fun. I don't know how I attract people like that.
Speaking of attracting people, thank you, Brent Wolf, for the 50, saying off topic, I know, but have you seen the latest USSC drop? 9-0 against DI hiring Woodrow versus St. Louis, number 22. Yes, absolutely. I have seen that. I wasn't planning on getting into it today, but I'm happy to get into it. So this was, especially for a $50 super chat. I mean, come on, I gotta get into it. Thank you, Brent. So there was a new Supreme Court ruling, and that was about a job transfer. And a police sergeant was transferred from their job because they were a woman. right? And this was found to be illegal discrimination when it comes to the law regarding employment discrimination in the United States. So what this means is a lot of the quote unquote DEI programs or other programs which promote people based on one or other characteristic are going to be found illegal and impermissible. So a lot of these programs that a lot of companies have that promote people that say, okay, we're going to promote people that we deem to be underrepresented. We're going to promote them over everybody else, whether that's based on race, gender, sex, national origin, religion, whatever, right? Those are going to be illegal now. So essentially reverse discrimination is going to take a huge hit. So essentially all these programs that say we're going to promote anybody who isn't white and male or straight or whatever else or whatever, right? Whatever the characteristic they're deeming, right? Might be, even that might be inclusive of Hispanic, who knows, right? However they're slicing that bread, if they're trying to do some form of reverse discrimination, even including, by the way, Asians, so saying, okay, well, if you're white or Asian, you don't get it, but if you're XYZ, you get it, right? You get a promotion, you get a bump, you get a boost. That is now going to be very suspect, in fact, quite clearly impermissible under this new Supreme Court law. So that's a change in the United States, change in the U.S. law to make it more clear. Now, in my opinion, these things should have always been very clearly impermissible, but there were some gray areas and some kind of weasel ways they were getting away with making these promotions. But now that is going to be suspect, which is great. Because frankly, people should be promoted based on their skill and merit in their job, and not necessarily not based on any immutable characteristics. So yeah, that's what's going on with the Supreme Court. Had you heard about that one, Gator?
No, this was news to me.
Yeah, that was, and it was a clear decision too, which is absolutely crazy because usually there isn't. There are a lot, but recently there've been a lot of 6-3s. 6-3 splits, so kind of the conservative, quote unquote,
the partisan splits.
Yeah, the partisan split. Even though I say this once, and people who are watchers of the Supreme Court will know this, the judges do not split on party lines. There's things that they will just kind of go all sorts of directions on, but in this case, it's 9-0, so unanimous change. So this is something that is not going to go anywhere, and that is really bad news for companies, let's say like Disney, right? Another company I've covered a lot that has openly put out a promotion rubric, Amazon as well, that says, we are going to promote these types of people, which is clearly now, without a shadow of a doubt, everything they're doing is impermissible. So that's going to be fun for them in court. That's going to be real fun.
Good luck, Disney.
Yeah, good luck, Disney. Professional gentleman says, hey, Legal Mindset, just letting you know that I'd accept Junie as a dictator because she seems a nice enough gal. She also wants me to say I'm a K-pop stan because I said her background music is catchy. Oh,
that might be defamation.
Yes, I think that is defamation to call her a K-pop stan without your consent. You kind of need that. Before you go Gangnam Style. I'm sorry, professional gentleman. Judy said, I bet professional gentleman would not send me the prior SUPA. Therefore, I am now obliged to match this sentiment. Mr. Gentleman will make the finest secretary for my dictatorship. Monkeys for all. Yes, monkeys in the chat. Thank you, Junie. Appreciate you. And appreciate your help behind the scenes with any questions that I have or other information I need to go through. I really do appreciate that. We always have good conversations, Junie and I, behind the scenes. So shout out to Junie. Appreciate you, my paralegal ferret. Billy says, like the stream, you bunch of sticks. Indeed. Repton says, okay, boomer. Accepted. Kid Loco says, ¿Dónde está la pipa de la paz? Aquí, mi amor. I'm right here, motherfucker. All right, King Lugia says, DEI ruined my Pokemon Go avatar. F them all!
I saw that everybody became a refrigerator or a gender blob.
Fat as fuck. And I pulled this up. I think I've shown you this. Guys, I definitely showed it on a stream the other day, but I'll show it again here. Like these proportions that they were putting on people, were insane. And also the fact is that they were putting them on people that paid for them. That's the real fucked up thing. So like, for example, this was actually owned by a girl. This is a female avatar. So the avatar looked like this before, like a female, by the way. This is a typical female. I know a lot of the woke brigade tries to think that this is like some sort of hypersexualized feminine body. This is a normal female, right?
Right.
You know, with pink hair, right? Okay, well, you can dye your hair pink, whatever. And it's a fantasy world. Who gives a fuck, right? But this is the after effect. Long torso, masculinized face, right? Massive eyes, which are generic, so they androgenize the face, right? A male pose, right? So the pose is now male, it's instead of female. So instead of 1 foot slightly forward, 1 foot back, it's 2 foot wide, like the ball swinging between your legs pose. Thicker legs, no hips, like at
Bigger
all
feet.
whatsoever. Bigger feet, right? So like everything is being androgenized. And then on the male side, the male icons, avatars, are made more feminine, right? So like facial hair's removed, they're softened up, they're brightened up. So it's sort of like this androgynous avatar maker, which is freaking weird. Yeah, it's really weird.
Well, the funniest part is the very people that they were trying to impress with that are actually mad about it, because they're complaining now on the Pokemon Go subreddit that they're experiencing more dysphoria because the avatars have been made manlier. So they've actually done the opposite of what their goal was. Against their will.
And that's the other thing too. It's like they were made that way against their will, and actually after they've paid for a lot of these things. So to me, we're starting to get to, and I've said this before, and I mentioned this a little bit on Flashcast, but we're getting into a point where I'm thinking people may start bringing claims for like, you know, essentially like fraudulent inducement or misrepresentation, because like when you buy an item and it's for a game and it's an aesthetic item or an aesthetic look or whatever else, and you're paying for the aesthetics, you're not paying for functionality. There's no functionality to any of the items or whatever else there. But the fact of the matter is all those accessories now look like shit because they changed the avatar, right? So I don't know. I'm thinking that there's going to be a point at which people are going to say, listen, we're done with this, and we're done with you changing stuff in this way and, you know, making it worse. And of course, like you said, the people that they wanted to pander to, right, are exactly the people that are mad about it. Exactly the people that are mad about it. Chernobyl says transification. Yikes! It's not transification; it's androgenation, right? So it's a little bit different. Androgenation means like men are made more feminine and females are made more male. It's not somebody like switching male to female, right? Because you can switch. I mean, I'm in the Philippines, and I also go back and forth with Thailand, right? You can switch your gender and look very, very feminine, right? I'll just tell you that you can look very, very feminine if you were to switch genders, or masculine if you were to switch genders. But that's not what they're doing. I mean, that's not what they're doing at all. And it's one thing to offer more options like facial hair, accessories, etc. And it's one thing if you just wanted to allow the ability for people to make a fat avatar. That's fine. But that's not what they did. They took away the feminine and masculine avatars.
They unilaterally changed everything and didn't give you an option to opt in or out.
Exactly. Symbian Collector says, long man, Pokemon Go is doing it.
Disgusting.
Don't bring the long man into this, Symbian Collector. Don't taint his name, his holy name. Kid Kentucky for $5 says, hey, Andrew, question related to the Sayu Kenji system, which we're going to get to. Is it defamation to call someone a PDF over being a lolly shoto? That's literally the topic today. So we're going to get to this. So Ken put a pin in this. In fact, I'll save your super there and I'll bring it up in a second again, but we're going to get to that. So do not worry. That's the main topic. Elwin said, video game is a form of escapism. I don't want to see reality in a game, not to mention it is straight up discrimination against pretty women. I think it's more than that. I think it's this propaganda. They're really trying to propagandize and make you believe that this is normal. And what do you think about it, Gator? What do you think kind of the end game is there?
I think the end game is the fact that we have an industry that is now filled with people that they didn't grow up with the same sort of love for the industry that we did, and they see this kind of as like, it's more like they end up stuck in the industry. They wanted to, like, a lot of these they wanted to be like big name writers, but they were stuck writing for video games instead of writing for like movies or television shows. And so because they're kind of resentful that they're stuck in this field, they feel like they have to change it to suit themselves. And that's what we see, is that they want to change games to better match what they want and not what people actually want in general.
That's very, very, very true. Is that like they want to, and many times you see this with even the characters. Well, they'll make characters that reflect themselves. And you look at the designers, the people involved, and you'll see like the very manly Spider-Man girl, right? You know, you see the one with like the square jaw. And it's just
what they messed up Mary Jane Watson. Yeah,
exactly. You know, that's Mary Jane self-insert. Yeah, see, it pops up right away when it's like Mary Jane self-insert, right? Because like you'll see stuff like this happening, and it's like we all know what's going on when you see something like, let's say, this, right? You know, because it's like, okay, well, clearly you're self-inserting yourself, and this is exactly what people don't want. I watch anime, I play video games, I watch VTubers for escapism, not for self-inserts, and not for whether that's personal inserts or for political inserts. I don't do that. And also I like to see kind of like idealized representations of things, not mundane, right? That's what makes it fiction versus reality. Right. But even in this case, they're kind of mad with body types that are normal. They're just normal for healthy people or normal for maybe attractive people, just not for them. And that's what makes them so butthurt, is that they're not rocking the Stellar Blade bot, right? Which is coming out this week, so people are raging about it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like they're mad, and this is the one, they're like big mad. That's like, okay, yes, hold on, that's not. Oh, that's all right. We can do it this picture. But like they're big mad that they're like, oh, the people that you know make these characters are like them. Oh, they don't exist in real life. Well, this woman on the left exists in real life. That's a real life model, right? She's not made up. She's not fantasized. That's somebody who is 100% real. In fact, they're older. They're not even that young. So, and as somebody who's been in Korea, like there's thousands of these girls that look like.
I was about to say, here that's like a 10. In Korea, that's like a 7.5. They go better.
She's
you might not believe it, but there's even better.
She's like a 7.5 in Korea, like not, and like honestly too, because like and I'm just being real. I keep it 100 on Legal Mindset, you know, and we'll play the clip here.
Yes, ancient women. Any woman that is physically above the age of 13 is ancient.
But she's over the age of like 30, so I mean that's really old in Asia. That just is what it is, you know. But that said, 100% a fan, and still looks great.
Absolutely.
And still 10 out of 10 by Western standards. Let's see. Nick says, if female custodies exist, it's time for org custodies. Yeah, we need full representation because it doesn't stop, right? We need Eldar custodies. Tyrant, like we need a Tyrannid, you know, we gotta have Drakari, we gotta have fucking squat
Eldar custodies.
Yeah, Eldars. You gotta have everybody, man. You gotta have everybody in there. So, you know, the commie Tau, you know, they gotta have it too. The greater good supports the emperor. Like you've gotta have it all in there. Chaos Custodies, yeah, why not? Why not? Let's have full representation. Although I will say the Chaos Custodies are the Alpha Legion, and that's canon. Jidblade says, Western media and entertainment is falling. Asia's looking better in every day in every way. I mean, you have your Anime Boomers podcast, so I don't think I need to convince you to love anime, do I?
Absolutely not.
Like I just, for me, the funny thing is, just dunking on the normies that are still trying to think that Hollywood will change. And I say, look, they're not going to change. Just let's focus on the people that are already making good content, and let's fight some of the fights on that front because they're a lot easier to win. And, just on the Asia side, push back against a couple of localizations, but largely we're still going to get good stuff out of Asia regardless, because there's so many different countries, because there's fan translations, because you can make your own subtitles. So I'm not too worried about Asia, to be honest. I think Asia is going to be all right. I know a lot of people worry about small things, but compared to Hollywood, Asia's doing fine.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, and plus like the stuff from the West that's trying to worm its way into Asia, like they caught onto it really quickly thanks to people like us highlighting it. That's going to change very, very quickly.
And
they don't put up with that stuff.
They don't tolerate the woke shit, and they also don't tolerate people who are going to try to guilt them, because that's just not going to work in the same way. That sort of guilt that kind of worked in the Obama era, and it works with certain folks, that doesn't work as well. And I'm not trying to get political here, guys, but that's just it doesn't work in Asia. Okay, let me just say it's not effective. It's not an effective strategy politically. That's just an objective statement. Hypnotic Rapture said animation or entertainment art school taught everyone to illustrate all characters to be attractive, not butt ugly or for that gaze, especially the ugly community manager of that company. Exactly. And there are objective standards of beauty. I mean, if you look at like the golden ratio and other things like that, there are ways in which females have been depicted across time, and men, to be fair, that is generally attractive. Now, these can vary bit by bit, little by little, age by age, but generally there are ways to draw attractive people, and to pretend there aren't and there isn't a standard of objectively attractive is just lying. Nick Cruiser says there are Tyranids. They infiltrate, destroy, and reap others' work and leave the hobby in desperate shambles. Like,
there's too many gene stealers in the industry now. Got to get rid of the gene stealers.
They're all gene stealers. They're tourist gene stealers. And do you know a little bit about 40K Lore Gator?
I know a little bit.
Okay, so like the gene stealers, like they become like slightly deformed over the successive generations, because the point is like they kind of breed into the human society, right? So like each generation a little bit more deformed. So I think
a little bit more Tyranid, yeah.
I think that does kind of actually show with these deranged people going hobby to hobby, because each time they get a little bit more deranged. So it's like, well, it's perfect.
They didn't know they were being made fun of decades ago.
Genre stealers, Brother Andrew, yes, bring out the heavy flamer. So Mr. Tombstone says, a little off topic. We're getting real off topic here, but that's okay. We're having a more relaxed conversation today. We're going to get to our main topic. Like, do not worry. I just want to make sure that we have a fun stream, that you guys enjoy it. And we're also going to talk a little bit about Off-Kai too. So like that's going to be thrown on at the end there. So don't you worry about that. Miku Expo 2024 is getting a lot of heat. People are calling false advertising because of bait and switch from the hologram show to the LCD screen. Do you know anything about this, Gator?
Yes. We talked about it on the podcast the other day. So
okay.
Typically
Expo is where? Where is Miku Expo?
Well, they've been having them on the West Coast primarily.
Okay.
So you know who Hatsune Miku is, right? The Vocaloid, synthesized voice. So they go around the country and they perform these shows, and historically it's done with the hologram. You know how like they had the hologram of Tupac Shakur, and it was dancing on stage. Well, they did that with Miku as well. But for this, Crunchyroll was the one that's like sponsoring all of this, and they went with the super cheap, like really big screen TV. And so you're literally paying hundreds of dollars to go and watch this concert, and it's just Miku on a TV. That's all you're paying for.
You could have done that at home, is what we're saying.
You could have done that at home.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. That's
It's just par for the course for Crunchyroll. Like, they've had so many controversies about them blowing all of this money and charging like increasing their prices, locking people out of television shows and anime that they've purchased in the past. It's like they can do no right. They just always screw it up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And once again, this is what happens when you start to. A lot of American corporations, they build a lot of middle management. They hire a lot of people they shouldn't, right? And like Crunchyroll went down that road of just becoming something that moved from its like cool startup phase into this like weird corpo like phase, and they've declined in quality. I mean, it is what it is. Crunchyroll used to be good like 15 years ago or whatever, but that was a long time ago. I remember when they just started. I had a Crunchyroll subscription for like a year or two, but that's long since been canceled. Chernobyl says, imagine becoming trans and having your avatar change like that. Well, Pokemon Go could be considered transphobic. Yeah, I mean, look, once again, I think regardless of what your gender identity is, it doesn't matter what your gender identity is. The fact is that you designed your character that way. That was how you wanted it. You consented to that. And against your will, against your consent, they changed the look of your avatar. They chunked it up. They chonked it up, right? And you didn't want that. You designed it one way. That was what you designed. And they changed it in a material way so that it no longer looks like what you've paid for. Because I guarantee you most of these people at this point, if you're playing Pokemon Go, you probably put some money into it. Most people have. So that's the real shame about it. And that's the people that are crying out about it. And like I said, the most people are women that I've seen complaining about this, actually not men, which is usually the defense gator is that, oh, it's just a bunch of white men that are complaining about it. But actually, it's from what I've seen, a lot of women and a lot of people internationally. It's being savaged in Japan. I saw Thais going after it. I'm sure, some of the Filipino brothers here on the islands have a problem. Brothers and sisters have a problem with it. So, yeah, I mean, look, Black Sheep Boy sending me 125 Philippine pesos, saying it's absurd to think about Pokemon Go being about walking around and exercising, but then having an obese, mobility-challenged avatar.
Right.
It's like, okay. Like, are you going to be the very best if you have a heart attack on the way to walking to the gym, right? Like you're gonna be going around in Pokemon Go and people are gonna be trying to play poke flutes at you, thinking you're a Snorlax. Like literally, like if you cannot walk down Victory Road, like if you have to be like you have to be carted down Victory Road, you don't deserve to be the very best. I'm gonna say it. Path for $20 says, though netizens in Korea are kings and queens of canceling people, especially for looks, Jiho of Twice called fat, their beauty standards aren't great to defend or superior to diversity pushes. Look, I will say this. I'm not saying it's superior, but what I am saying is this, Path. What is more attractive objectively based on objective universal beauty standards? If I ask people in almost any country, who is more beautiful, the model who, if I ask them, let's see. Okay. So if I ask them if Shin Jae-eun is more attractive, right? If this woman here is more, now let's see, let me find a better photo. Well, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. If I ask these people right now, I'm probably going to get demonetized for this because this is too sexy, right? Like if this woman is more attractive than the square-jawed Mary Jane, if I go around the world according to pretty universal beauty, like you say, okay, who do you think is more attractive, this or square-jawed woman? Right? It's not going to be a competition. It's going to be a massacre, right? So yes, I'm not saying that like exact Korean beauty standards are like the ideal, but what I'm saying is that there are in the world, there exist objectively attractive women, and this woman is objectively, respectively attractive. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing shameful with saying that. You don't need to be embarrassed. You don't need to like go back to the mines, you know, you don't need to be punished. Like
You don't need to whip yourself unless you're into
you don't need
that.
to whip yourself. It's fine. It's completely fine to be attracted to objectively attractive women like that. You don't have to be forced to be attracted to, you know, the square jaw. No, but that said, if you are, that's fine. Good for you. I'm happy for you. If that's what you're into, good for you. You can go out there and go forth and be attracted to it. But there are beauty standards. And once again, I don't think that's offensive. I don't think that's political. I think that's universal. And that's something I've seen traveling the world. I've been to 76 countries now, right? You know, it's like, I don't think there's much debate when I pull out a photo of an attractive woman and it's a universally attractive woman. If I ask guys in different countries, they're gonna be like, yes, it's a beautiful woman. Yes, you know. Or if I pull out somebody that's you know, two people and I say compare them, and one of them is an obese Pokemon Go avatar and one of them is a slender avatar that's like what they made, they're going to pick the slender avatar over the obese avatar. That's just generally going to be true. Genki says, it's not about escapism. A person with normal cognitive function should be able to empathize with characters that don't necessarily look at them. Yes, exactly. Right. And I've always identified with characters that don't necessarily look at me. I'm fucking 6'6". How many fucking lanky, tall characters do you think there are? Very few, right? And once again, I don't need to look spot on like them to say, okay, I identify with their struggle, I identify with their journey, I identify with their story, right? You can do that with anybody from any race, gender, whatever, if you're able to find some immutable characteristic about them that appeals to you and you can be linked to. So just throwing that out there. Chaos Smash says, the Holy Trinity, God, anime, and the long man. Okay, I need guys, can someone, okay, one of my clippers out there, or whether it's Eagle, if you're paying attention, you can do it for me, or somebody else, please. Give me a long man reaction clip. I need a long man reaction clip. The long man needs some love. I'm just saying. Because, I mean, he's 100%.
Hello! Beso de pato, man!
All right. Junie says, super again to drive home the point. I cover politics and international relations. Part of my novelty is being a cute anime girl. Sorry to break immersion, but I don't look that way IRL. Give my purpose. Wait a second. You do not look like that in person?
Disgusting.
Shock.
Ferret girl does not look like a ferret girl. Cancel my sub. Unsub me. Unsub me right now. Immersion broken. Along with heart. But thank you, Junie. And we appreciate your politics coverage. But I mean, yes, we're all, when we're all in avatar mode, whether it's just a simple North Korean dictator or whether it's a
Pop Team Epic over here.
Or whether it is the full 2D version, right? 3D version, whatever it is. Obviously, there's a pilot behind there, and they look a certain way, right? But that doesn't matter because why I watch people is to have fun and to enjoy their content, right? That's why I watch people. Deha, what's up, my Kyopo brother? Saying all this butthurt on the appearance of this politics of envy. You don't have what you covet and choose to turn on others. Exactly. And that's not the world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where people build each other up. And that's why I love the VTuber community. And that's why I support a lot of people in this community, because they are creators who are creating positive stuff and awesome experiences for people, bringing joy and happiness to so many people around the world in different languages, not just English, Japanese, Indonesian, Spanish, Italian, French, German. There's people creating wonderful, lovely content in all of these languages, bringing joy, smiles, laughter to people that need it. People that maybe you've had a dark day, maybe you've had a tough time, maybe you worked all day and you're fucking tired. You just want to relax and laugh and have fun. And that's why I
just want to see the silly, cute anime girl doing cute things. That's all I care about.
Yeah, and that's what I support, and that's what I appreciate, and I feel that. I feel that from the community. You know, it's very clear that you guys really love these creators, and that I want to make sure that I'm doing my best to support them, right? And also to prevent stuff in the future, which is what we're going to talk about with today. And we have to talk about a little bit of the hate to get to how to be positive and how to solve things positively. And by the way, I want to put this banner on, and I am going to put this banner on later, but just so you see. When we get to the main topic about Sayu and Kenji, mind you that both parties have come to a peaceful resolution. So our discussion is purely about the law, right? So I'm going to take that down for now because we're not there yet. But understand that, yes, today is purely about the law and positivity and taking positive takeaways today, because there's actually positive takeaways, not just from the law, but how the parties handled it, which I want to speak to as well. Gloomy Warrior says, these Nietzsche sisters are angry that you posted the McLaren, resorting to calling you and your team potential stalkers. So did you see my post there? Did you see my post?
Did.
Okay.
I said
so can I explain
the LM
this?
spies are on it.
Okay, so I have to explain this. Let me explain this real quick. The LM spies, right? So I, of course, like, I know this is shocking to people, but I actually live in Asia, and surprise, surprise, I go to Japan a lot. I know this is like shocking for people that never leave their mother's basement, or maybe they haven't left like their corner of Jakarta or wherever they're at, you know, and whatever's going on. They haven't gotten out there, you know, and gotten past their corner of the world, right? And they are surprised that I know people in Tokyo. And my friends, of their own volition, and I'll even out who it was, you know, it's my good friends in Tokyo, Josh and Maximura, right? Who actually, this is the most respectful photo. There's a photo of him in front of the Niji Sanji building flipping the bird, but it doesn't say, their logo isn't on the marquee for the building. So it's just like a generic building name, and he's like outside, but they wanted to go by. They're like, hey, we're in the neighborhood because we're there anyways. We'll just go by and take some photos. And my friend Josh, he went by and he's like, you know, he's like, oh, well, we saw this McLaren, and our headcanon, like, this is what they said to me. They said, our headcanon is that this McLaren was paid for in VTuber blood. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good headcanon. You know what? But also thinking about it, I'm like, wait a second. Who is going to have in Japan, where there are tariffs, there are import fees, where a McLaren is going to be very, very expensive? Because people quoted the price as, like, I think $320,000, but that's the U.S. price. That's not counting the import fees and all the other taxes, tariffs, everything else going into, a Japanese import. So it's probably going to be even more than that into Japan. The people that can afford that is probably the C-suite level executives, mostly the CEO. I mean, it's probably Riku's. It's a very good assumption. It's a safe assumption to say a McLaren parked right in front of the Any Color headquarters is probably his, right? Probably, right? And that is what it is. Parked in public. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's public information. It's not me doxing anything or showing anything bad or giving his private address. You know, this is what it is.
It's not showing the license plate or anything like that.
Doesn't even show the full license plate, you know, like shows like an off angle of it. But once again, you know, and I'm not encouraging anybody, you know, to do anything. You know, I would never say that. No, my friends there would never do anything to that. They'd take a photo. Maybe they'd stand in front of it and like make a gesture or whatever. You know, Wu-Tang Clan.
Hold up Celine Tatsuki merch, maybe.
Yeah, like squat with a Celine, you know, selfie, like whatever, right? But like that said, it's all harmless stuff. Right? It's all very, very, very harmless stuff. So, like I said, the people that are doing this are just butthurt that, you know, we go to Japan. I've gone to Japan. I have friends in Japan. I get it. it's you know, it's real sad. You know, it's real sad for those folks. And if you haven't gone, I would suggest visiting one day. And I don't think everybody should visit. But that said, yeah, these are my actual friends. These are not people who are hired assassins. These are not people that I paid in, like, you know, crypto so we could do shady shit. No, these are my friends. They just happen to be there. And I spent a lot of time in Japan. I was planning on being in Japan in April, but I also have been, you know, doing this kind of shuffle here with Manila, and also I'm going back to the U.S. So that kind of disrupted my plans to go to Japan. So I'll probably end up in Japan a little bit later. So probably sometime in the fall, most likely for Japan. So just throwing that out there. Real quick, Thrash Inuba says, "Let's Pokemon go to the morgue." Well, it's the stock is going to go to the morgue because it's not going to do well for them. And thank you, oh my God, Leprechaun Gold for a 50 with a super sticker and a 20. Thank you so much for that 70 there, Leprechaun Gold. It's been a while, but good to see you back in the chat, dropping the big numbers. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you this morning. Really appreciate that. People here said, don't say Jakarta 3 times or Docs Akama will show up. We wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want that. It won't let me do super chats. Strange. Or are they blocking you from doing memberships? Did you give away too much? That happened to Take Rat too. Take Rat had to start a second account because he gave away too many memberships. Google sucks. Yeah. Sorry about that one, dickhead. Appreciate you though. Appreciate your support of the channel. NZ says, as someone who's overweight, I remember how people used to talk about the obesity epidemic, the health issues, and so on. Well, now it's not a fat shaming acceptance. Who cares if you die by 35? Well, there's so much going on right now. There's so much going on right now. But you know, I will say this, and this is my personal belief, and you know, whether or not you can do whatever you want with your life, whatever you want with your body, but my sort of belief is, in this ride through life, we get one body, so we should try to take care of it as much as possible. That's my personal belief, right? You know, and that's my own morals. That is not law. That's not, you know, you can believe whatever you want to do and do whatever you want to do. I'm fully in support of that, right? And I've had family members that were, you know, that were told, you know, they were told, hey, you need to change your diet, and they said, you know what? Or you're going to, you know, have serious health consequences. And they said, you know what? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And they had consequences for that. Right? And that's their choice. And they're free to make that choice. That's their choice. But that said, will you be healthier? Will you have drop your, you know, all-cause mortality by, you know, picking up your diet, exercising a little bit? Yeah, of course. Those are like objectively true things. And this channel is about objective facts, not people's feelings. RNG says, God of loot and draws, says, would the fact that you don't pay for the game matter in terms of their service if you're effectively renting an avatar? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I think at a certain point, if you're engaging in a transaction, I think they're going to have some issues with fraud if they're actually misrepresenting what they're selling to you, even if the game itself is free. If you're paying for something in game and it's altered, I think that's a good cause of action. If it's 100% for free and there's no financial damage at all whatsoever, it will be harder. Hanzo says, Restellar Blade, I'm at the age where seeing a hot woman hurts. Please, sir, may we have another? You know what? Instead of that, well, I don't know whether you think how you feel about it, but I'll give you a very hot woman right now. And that is Tenma. Let's listen to what it's Tenma.
Your mama.
Yeah.
Zero.
Oh, thank you for $15. Clown fucker. Thank you.
God damn it! It keeps following me. Fuck! I'm not ready to win today.
Wait, okay. I need to know. Wait, time. Hold on. Who is this clown fucker? I need to know.
He keeps sending me a kashupats where the fucking weekend. Mr. Clown Fucker, thank you kindly for donation. Wait, I just see now there was like a super. There was 2 clown fuckers like a super. What the heck? Put the clown nose on the chat. What is happening?
Well, you know what time it is? Are you ready to put the wig on? Let me just touch your beautiful face and just Okay, thank you. I needed that. Should I get this cosplay too so you don't feel lonely? Hey kid, do you want to see something fun?
Oh my god. Oh, it's so good.
Better. How you doing? Oh, you know, just clowning around. And then he sends me another super saying target to target.
Oh
Oh no!
no! Oh
Mr. Clown Fucker. Target acquired. Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh, that was very good.
I love
Very
Ted,
good,
man.
very good. By the way, shout out to Gin Blades who came through. What a base Chad coming through with the long man.
Long, long man.
We've now got.
Oh, you're frozen, by the way.
Oh, am I frozen? Did you see the long man clip though?
I did see Long Man.
Am I frozen?
Yes, you've turned into a PNG now.
No. Is like this PNG? Hold
No.
on,
It was just a still of your face for a minute.
Oh, okay. Like it might be Manila internet acting a fool right now. Let's see. Am I at 720? I'm gonna stay on 720. I'm not dipping below 720. We don't go below 7.
It's still frozen on the same image. That was weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's long man it one more time. Let's see if that helps. Long man always solves problems.
Long, long man.
Better?
It's still frozen.
Really? Oh wow, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Oh wait,
Well,
there it goes. It's moving now.
Is it better now? Okay, I went down to 480. I went down. It made me drop my quality to 480. How dare you, internet? How dare you? Well, let's see. Am I on the right one too? Yeah, I'm on the right one. Okay. Well, it happens. It happens sometimes. Thank you, Some Nobody, for the 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Appreciate that. Also, Gabriel Aquino, welcome as a YouTube member of the RPG. So thank you, Some Nobody, for the 5. And welcome, Gabriel, as well. Thank you, guys. Very based. Chaos Smashers, your ninjas are doing good work. My ninja.
That's
yes. You choose what you do, but not the consequences. Sure. Hey, Mindset. Sorry I haven't been around. Fiery Red Podcast. Got diagnosed with liver cancer and cirrhosis. Most of LawTube knows this. Y'all, love y'all. Hope all's well. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. I really send my prayers and thoughts for you. I really hope you do well. Hope you recover. Hope you have the best possible treatment for everything, and I hope you are improving right over time. So thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you saying what's up, and I love all the people that come through, the longtime supporters that come through and let me know how you're doing, and feel free to shoot me an email and we can have some private conversation as well. Scorpion says, don't be a bubba and meet your wife at family reunion. Okay.
Oh no.
All right. Okay, Scorpion. Black Sheep says, people try to bring up centuries-old beauty standards, but don't realize back then larger women were economically attractive. Well, and also, like, even then, it wasn't the same level of hut, right? That was just different, right? And also, there were different factors, different social stratification. So yeah, there's a lot of other things going on with this, like old. Some of the specific stuff, but generally today, and look, we can talk about history all we want. If I take a photo and I travel around the world and I show people and I say, do you find men and I show men a picture of a woman, or people who are attracted to women, right? And I show them, including bisexual women, lesbians, whatever, and I show a picture of a very attractive woman, they're going to pretty universally agree, okay, yeah, this woman's attractive. Now, maybe it's not their type, but they'll still say this woman is attractive.
Well, they're pretending that like giant Lizzo ham beasts were like roaming the plains back in those days.
That was not the case. Like, that was absolutely not the case. Like, Lizzo was not the ideal body type at any point in history, right? There might be a point at which like curviness, but there's a difference between like what we consider curviness, and what they consider curviness. Mofo's uglified Pokemon Go leaders. No, my Spark! One dickhead said, gifted some membership, not showing up on here. Google took my money. Love you, dude. Wait, what the fuck? Sorry about that. Well, shout out to you. Very, very, very.
Hello, beso department.
Thanks for the support. I mean, I try to see if they like come through. I didn't see them in the back end, so I don't know. I guess they didn't come through because I only see 6 new memberships. So that's the one from Gabrielle and the 5 from some nobody. So that's all I'm seeing. Sorry, dickhead. Kanzaki Ken is a crazy how people who can't let fans escape. Yes, they don't want you to escape. They want you permanently trapped in a hellscape because they're crabs in a bucket that want to pull you down. Anime lawyer tuber when? Well, I've already got my ping. I've got my PNG. But I've said that when I get to 200K subs, I will go full 2D, and I may even do it before then. Maybe we'll have like the dono stream for the full 2D model, because I got to do the rigging, got to do everything else. That's a lot. We could do it. And I've got some ideas for it too. Where do I send long clip? Oh, Jin, I got it. Thank you for your long clip. Chaos Smashes, Lizzo's blood type is Ragu negative.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Oh, Jesus. That's a good one. Black Sheep Boy says they're projecting and angry by the assumption that your friends would do what they would do. Exactly. Look, my friends, I like it like what is it, Super Troopers? It's playful shenanigans, right? Like, it's just like old school boys being boys having fun just they've taken a photo, right? And posing with some middle fingers up, right? That's about it. That's about the extent of it. You're going to see an Asian man with his middle finger up. In fact, let me see if I can pull up the photo real quick that Max.
Hey, Barbara, what's the name of the bar with all the goofy stuff on it? Oh, what? You mean Shenanigans?
Here you go. Shenanigans. Yeah. So this is my good buddy Max here. You see him? He's in front of the building. It's Midtown East there. See him? He's like posted up. He's got the middle finger up, just flicking it off. But like, you can't see, that's the Any Color building, right? And I didn't ask him to do this. They just did it. And then they sent it to me. Like, so I did not ask them to do it. They just did it. Right now, if I ask them to do something, they're my friends. They have my back, and they're good friends, right? But I wouldn't ask them to do anything harmful. I would never ask them to do anything harmful, illegal, etc. Ever, right? Unlike some people on the internet. Black Sheep Boy says they're projecting and angry, assuming your friends will do that. Yes. Solemn says, don't know if you talked about it already, but any take on Crunchyroll Funimation merge, not honoring digital copies people purchase from Funimation.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, well, that's going to be actionable. People will sue over that. And by the way, there's been lawsuits over things like this. When you have an agreement that's pre-existing, like a contract or some sort of arrangement or licensing agreement, you have to honor that in the new arrangement or after you merge. You can't just dissolve your contracts unless you go through bankruptcy or some other process to break up those contracts. So that is going to be a problem. People could definitely sue over that. That's definitely class actionable for sure. Shadow Knight says, have I checked out Made Mint or Mochi's in the neighborhood? I have checked out Made Mint. I've watched a stream. Really cool. Mochi, I have not. Have you, get it?
Absolutely. Made Mint is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How about Mochi?
She's pretty good, right? Yeah. Mochi's great.
Okay,
I'm so glad to see people succeeding after the situations that they were put in. Doki's still doing fantastic. Sayu's doing good.
This is what Professor Keen's talking about, right? Gator's saying, at least we got another ex-DG talent returned at VShojo last night. That's some good news, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad to see people finding their footing.
Okay, to be clear about this, because I'm a little bit confused and I'm generally asking this out of ignorance. And so chat, I know I'm asking Gator this, but chat can confirm. This particular person has not confirmed their PLs, have they?
Not that I am aware of, and that's kind of why I've declined to mention this specific past life.
So that's speculative. That's all speculative stuff, like as of the moment, right? Okay, got it. And I try to be respectful of that when people haven't mentioned it.
It's very heavily hinted, and the smart people know.
Heavily hinted.
But
okay,
yeah,
really heavily hinted. Okay, I got it. She's teased it. All right. Well, if she's heavily teased it, then it's probably more on the okay than not. But we'll just I mean, saying it's like
we'll just err on the side of caution.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go on the side of that. Herunto Halim says hello. Appreciate you. Shout out. Appreciate my base Indonesians who are not offended. By the way, I'll probably be in Indonesia in September, October. So probably going to Bali, and then I have a friend on one of the smaller islands I want to visit. So that's going to happen. So Indonesia will happen in the fall. So like, once again, I love all these countries. I live in Asia. I visit these countries pretty regularly. So, when I say these things about countries, I'm saying it with like usually love and experience, right? So Samantha De Esposito, welcome as a YouTube member. You're lucky number 11 today. Great movie. And welcome to the RPG. Appreciate that. All right, let's get into the main topic tonight, Gator. Let's get into Sayu and Kenji, right? Okay. So do you want to give a little background? So I have the relevant clip that we need to talk about the law. And I'm putting the banner up now. These people have, and I'll say it many times, they've settled it out. This is about teaching a lesson for future VTubers to avoid these situations, to avoid situations that can become defamatory, especially when you get really mad at somebody, because this is going to happen in streamers, with streamers in general, and with people on the internet. And it can especially happen if you're used to being hyperbolic, right? So there's another lawyer streamer, who we'll say we'll leave him unnamed for now, right? But those that are savvy can know who it is. And he made this mistake, and he's a lawyer, and he called somebody a PDF file. He called somebody all sorts of nasty names, and now he's dealing with a lawsuit for defamation because he went out and made these things, and he's a lawyer. Right. And he made these mistakes. So when I say these things, like I say them as a cautionary tale to keep you guys out of lawsuits, keep you guys out of trouble, keep you guys out of being just hit with claims. This is definitely something that you want to stop and avoid. It's not good. And many streamers get into it. There have been many defamation cases with streamers. There's a very famous one of a YouTuber who said that Cardi B had an STD and said that she was a criminal, that she was graping people. And I think it was Cardi took her to court, won, and got a massive settlement against her. So once again, you need to be careful with these things because there are real life legal consequences to this. Right. And
the nastier the claim, the more likely it meets actual malice.
Yes. So and when you start to get into a situation where you're adding on, you're dogpiling, it's becoming more and more malicious, you're just building that case against yourself. So why are you going down that road? The correct answer almost every single time is to generally ignore it at a certain point. And unless you are a petulant child, you should be able to do that. You should, like an adult, should be able to ignore stuff. Real quick though, we got a bunch of comments here I want to get. Okay, Nick says, Andrew, dude, lucky number 11 kicked ass. Good movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. Wild Kate said Michi dropped lots of references in her lore video. Oh, well, if it's in her lore video, then see, there you go. Mochi teased a lot of her PL characteristics in her debut yesterday. Okay, we're going to cut more slack then. I'll cut a little bit more slack there. Me and you too, welcome as a new member of the RPG. Appreciate you. And I'll get this last one. Haranto Halim, I see the one about Millie. We'll get that later. Okay. So, Gator, can you give some context about Kenji and Sayu?
All right, so this is in the wake of the stuff that happened when she was at Niji Sanji.
Mm-hmm.
So what ended up happening is Kenji was he was an orbiter of Niji Sanji at the time, and he highlighted all of the comments she made on stream, went at her really hard, and he highlighted a particular comment that she made. Well, not necessarily a comment, but it was like an automated thing, a joke that she had with her chat, and Kenji highlighted that, and he tried to insinuate that she was a PDF file based on that joke that she had with her audience and with her chat.
So yeah, that's the long and short of it. The long and short of it there. And so essentially, in a way, a lot of private information was exposed about both Sayu and then Kenji later, right? So,
right.
From my understanding, there was a lot of doxing, right? Which we talk about the definition of doxing. What is doxing? And obviously, in the VTuber context, the definition of doxing is a lot broader, right? So it's not just revealing your name and address, but let's say revealing facts about yourself that were private, that were not public, right? So there's a lot of that information that came out about both of them, right? And
right, and of course, it was the information coming out about him was unrelated to the Sayu stuff.
Yes, that was previous. So the Sayu stuff was way before, right? That happened like a year ago,
right?
When she was getting moved out of Niji Sanji.
Right, and this other thing was, and this is what kind of brought all of this back to the forefront, is that like a year ago or so, somebody doxed Kenji, and there was the revelation that there was like a secret group that where one particular person in that group had shared like his private information with the rest of the group, and they were messing with him behind the scenes. And this all came out this week, that this whole thing was going on, which prompted some an entire group of VTuber dudes to disassociate from each other. It's a whole mess.
Yeah, and to be quick, because I see people like spamming this in chat. Kenji is not a Niji talent.
He is not. He's an independent
Kenji
VTuber.
is not a Niji Sanji talent. So I'll say it again. Kenji is not a Niji Sanji EN talent. Sayu was, or as Zion Lanza, right? Which she's acknowledged her past life. We've talked about this. We've had streams about this. She's explicitly allowed me to share this information. So I'm very comfortable saying Sayu was Zion Lanza, right? Okay, so like we all fucking know that one, right? So
we all know
Zion Lanza was Niji Sanji, right? So that's where the Niji Sanji link is there. Is that Zion was Niji Sanji, right? Not Kenji. So clear differentiation there, right? So obviously doxing sucks. Doxing fucking sucks, right? And there were some comments made, and by both parties, right? Some things that were said by Sayu that were taken offensively by Kenji. Kenji strikes back. Kenji gets in a name calling. And here's the problem. It goes down this vicious road of tit for tat, of this person says one person, some person responds. And I'm not going to get into who is right and who is wrong here. I'm just saying this is a pattern that occurs in all of these fights, right? They escalate because you're getting increasingly emotional. You're getting increasingly hurt. And eventually, because Kenji was getting increasingly hurt, he had this specific stream, which I'm going to play because there's a very specific language he uses in here, which is not okay, right? So let's play this real quick here. I'm going to play the first 30 or so seconds of this.
Niji Sanji needs to do a better job finding their talents. Niji Sanji needs to do better background checks with their talents. This is weird. This is actually weird. Chat, no, this can't, you can't get any weirder, bro. At this point, you cannot get any weirder. This solidified the weird shit. This has been like an ongoing thing for her. That means it's like an actual fetish, yeah? She's a fucking pedophile. fucking pedophile, bitch. I want to see her goddamn her shits.
Okay, so he said it like twice there, right? He didn't just say it once accidentally. He said it twice, and then he continues to pile on. See, this is the problem. And to be clear, we're going to talk about this specifically because I want to talk about this word, and I want to get out here the fact that this word is almost always an unacceptable word to call somebody, period. You should not call anybody this word on the internet, period, unless you are real fucking sure that you've got their criminal background check, you've got their information in hand. You should not do that at all. I'm going to play another couple seconds, but I want to show you like how the piling on makes it worse. I'll play another 30 seconds.
I want to see her fucking her history. Imagine.
But saying right here, okay, but see what he says right here. He admits that this is how he doesn't know. He doesn't know how dumb what he just said is. He just called her something, and then he says he hasn't seen her history. Well, if you haven't seen her history, you cannot call somebody that. That's the whole point, right?
Her fucking history on her computer right now. Oh my God, her search history is probably crazy. Holy shit, chat!
No idea.
This is insane. Talk to me.
You're admitting you don't know that. So, anyways, that's the main allegation. I don't want to drop it. There were other places this was made. There were other places the statement was made, but that's a main one that statement was made. So that statement itself was the problem. And the second you call somebody that, a PDF file, whatever you want to call it, pedo bear, whatever, calling somebody that is a criminal allegation. You are calling somebody a criminal, right? So when you call somebody a criminal, it is 100% defamation. That is the clearest case of defamation. If you brought that up to court, they'd be like, yep, that's 100% defamation. And the judge would just, that's it, you're done. There's no arguing that. You called them that twice, the full word, right? And then you went on to admit that you didn't know enough to actually call somebody that, which makes it even worse for you in court, right? So that said, that is a specific problem. Now, real quick, I know there's this argument that I saw people making in the Twitter threads, and it's really stupid, and I want to get rid of this because this is some sort of weird argument that V-tweeters want to make. And I want all of you to be educated on this because this is not an excuse to call somebody this word, right? So some people in the comments said that there's laws in Australia or New Zealand that make certain type of artwork, right? So lolly, for example, or whatever, Shota, whatever the fuck else it is, right? That make that illegal because they don't, because there's the question of, is there a distinction between the fiction and the characters, whatever. Okay, that's real nice, but two problems there. Actually, three problems there. Number one, are you proving that they actually have those in their possession and what they have is that sort of material? That's number one. Number two, do they live in those countries? So in this case, Sayu is an American. It doesn't matter. Those laws don't exist in America. And number three, have they been convicted of those crimes? So let's pretend that the person does live in Australia. Let's pretend they play a didgeridoo and they're fighting drop bears on the daily. Let's pretend that. Do you know about drop bears, Gator?
I do. I have an Australian friend.
The craziest thing is if you walk in a bar and there's Australians there, and like when one's like, "Hey, what's a drop bear?" And then like any Australians, all the Australians would get together. Oh, they're real. They're terrifying and they're real. It's like an inside joke. They are all in on as a nation, and they're just like, so they're like, oh, they're real. They're 100% real. Yeah, they're terrifying. Drop bears. It's great.
Drop bears.
So the thing is that even if she was in Australia, you need to be convicted of the crime. So she would need to go to Australia and be convicted in a court of law of the crime. only then could you get away with that. So you need to have somebody who has been convicted of the crime, you know they're convicted of the crime, and then maybe you're going to be okay with it, right? But even then, once again, I would avoid doing it because have you run a background check on them? I guarantee you haven't. You're just somebody who's angry on the internet. So don't do it. It's stupid for streamers. And once again, I use the example. I mean, there's the LawTuber in there. There's other people get in trouble for this. You cannot go around and run around and call people this name. And, I get it. People want to be edgy. People want to be fun. And even for me, over time, I think about some things I say and I'm like, all right, maybe I'll frame it in a different way, right? You grow up, you say, hey, listen, let's be better. And what is really positive about this, and let me bring this to a little bit of a full circle here. What is really, really good about this is that there was a peaceful resolution to this. So Kenji himself posted this statement on his Twitter, X, saying, hey guys, me and Sayu talked. She is not a PDF file. We both apologize. Don't send hate. Right. So this is what there. So there you go. So they both made up. Sayu was okay with it as well. She posted a similar status. So they're good, right? And let me be very clear. This is so much better than litigation. I know some people say it sounded insincere, whatever. I don't give a damn. Sayu's happy with it. That's all that matters, right? So if she wasn't happy with it, she could file a lawsuit and she could recover, right? And she would have a great case. She could have a great case if he decided to persist with this, right? So Sayu seems okay moving on with it, so that's what really matters. And to be clear, that's what you want. Like, once again, I know a lot of people want lawsuits, they want blood, they want, blood sports, they want lawfare, but it's not fun. It's an emotional, financial toll on everybody. I don't encourage it. I discourage lawsuits. It's not great, right? It's maybe not the perfect resolution. Maybe Kenji didn't say exactly what you want to say, but it's not about like whether or not Kenji is pleasing everyone of Sayu's fans. It's about whether or not the two content creators are going to move on from it. And it seems they are, which is great. I think it's the best sort of resolution. So do you have any thoughts, Gator, on the whole thing?
Yeah, I think this may be the first time in modern history that two EN VTubers have come together and like had a peaceful like agreement with each other. Like we are making history here.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, this is something that, look, I want to celebrate positive resolutions, even if they're not perfect, because guess what? Done is better than perfect, guys. Done is better than perfect. And trying to make things perfect the way you want them every time, sometimes it's going to lead you into misery. Sometimes saying, hey, look, we got an apology. It's not the best. We can move on. We can each create our content. We can move on with our channels. And you know what we should really focus on? Let's instead if you want to, let's say you think, oh, Sayu didn't get a good enough apology. Let's get her to 100K. She's almost there, guys. Go subscribe to her.
So close.
98.4K. Let's get her a plaque, right? Let's say you think the apologies. Let's get her the plaque. Let's get her there to 100K. Let's celebrate that with her together, and let's make it into something positive, right? Let's flip it around, make it into something positive. Get Sayu to 100K. She's so freaking close, so she can have a plaque and it's not sitting in the back of Riku's McLaren, right?
Right, exactly. That's how you do it. You take something negative and you turn it into a positive.
Exactly.
And then nobody will remember this stupid drama happened. They'll be like, oh yeah, this was when Sayu got her 100K plaque.
Yeah, exactly. It overrides all this stuff. Let's see here. I missed most of the stream. Have $5. Thank you, Sparky. Well, appreciate that you're here now. Kid Loco says, thank you, Andrew. I'm tired from idiot use of pedo for a drawing. They racist to Japan, calling them criminals because of Loli and Shota at games too. Listen, each country has different laws about that. I respect the laws in your country. That's all I'm going to say. If your country makes it illegal, well, it's fucking illegal in your country. If it's legal there, well, you don't live in that country. And look, Japan is not perfect. They have lots of problems. In fact, we highlight those on this channel. I've highlighted Japanese defamation law. It's fucked up. I think it's unethical. I think it's unjust. right? I don't think it's at all aligns with modern sense of justice and what they do with defamation and using it as a weapon to silence people. I don't think that's cool, but it's Japan. I'm not Japanese, not a Japanese citizen. I'm not a Japanese lawyer. I don't have any say there, right? I can have an opinion as a Westerner saying that's my view of it from the outside, but yeah, you know, that is what it is. Idealistic Fool with the purple, the Devils. Yes, see,
Purple Devils.
Purple Devils. Yes, thank you. Let me go. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Appreciate that. Silbury said, Lolly and Shota anime are what people with adequate food and shelter worry about. I believe he disagrees with Fox blames video games for violent crimes. Yeah, it goes sort of down that road, doesn't it? It's like, look, there are nice problems that there are like different levels of problems, and like complaining about that is one thing. And look, I can entertain the debate, right? Whether it's a good thing or it isn't a good thing, right? The sort of, you know, Rev versus Nux arguments. Like I can see different sides of the argument, right? But to me, it's your personal choice. If you don't want to consume it, do not consume that content, right? And you're not going to purge it off the internet. I'll tell you that, you know, so just do not consume it. Stay away from it. Block it, ban accounts that you don't want to see. That's your choice, right? Let's see here. Panther says, I'm late, but I also, oh wait, no. 5 months and worth the money. Appreciate that, Panther. Black Sheep Boy says, I mean, if you apologize privately and directly, should it matter how it's presented in public? And what do you think, Gator? I mean, you've dealt with people who've apologized to you privately and not publicly. What do you think about that?
I think what really matters more than anything is if you stick to the promise. You stick to the agreement. That's going to matter way more than ultimately like how you present yourself. Because a lot of times people will state things a certain way to try to save just a little bit of face. And that may be what was going on here. You know, he kind of has that, his style of presentation and personality is very like, you know, the in your face kind of deal. So yeah, tough guy, sort of sarcastic.
So, I mean, you know, it's asking a lot to make him lose complete face and make him lose his whole, you know, his whole image, right, in public, right, because he's developed that. But that said, you know, once again, Sayu's happy, so why the fuck does anybody else care? Like,
yeah, as long as Sayu's satisfied, I'm satisfied.
Right. And that like, so fans don't need to extract vengeance over this, and that just will cause further problems. Black Sheep Boy for 125 says, I mean, if he apologized, sorry, I got that one. RM for 20,000 Indonesian rupiah says, yacht greater than McLaren. Yes, a yacht does cost more than a McLaren. It does. And then Haryanto Halim says, also, did you talk about Millie's super chat income from her 3D after she begged for followers to throw her super? What's this one about again, Gator? Are you familiar with this one?
Yeah, so Millie had her 3D debut, and there was a post that she made. Essentially, she was begging for super chats.
Okay.
And she did not do so well in her 3D debut.
Ooh, yeah. I'm just gonna say it, like begging tends to not do well, right? You know, people tend to want, and this is just my experience as a streamer, people tend to reward you when you're just making good content and having fun. So like, just have fun and don't, begging is like very, e-begging, like is just, it's cringe. It's cringe as fuck. Like whenever I see it, it's just
disgusting.
You know, it reminds me of that Twitch girl who's like, what, you can't even donate like $5? Like, what is this? You gave me $2? That's not enough. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not good.
That kind of blew up on the internet. That was she actually ended up doing okay for it.
So here's the post. So this is the one. Millie from Millie Parfait from Mini Sanji Yen said, hey, as you know, I have my 3D tomorrow. I made a skit where I'm supposed to throw me super chats. You see it. Please throw some super chat. Remember milestone so I don't embarrass myself. Thank you for participating. I mean,
there's the Squidward edit.
It's kind of, it's cute. I mean, but like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, just yeah, okay. I mean, it's not too bad. I forgive, but I never forget. I forgive, but never forget.
Now people are saying, someone's in the chat said this. I do want to highlight this. They're saying that that she did it for a charity and was taken out of the members post was taken out of context. So I do want to include that context in there.
Oh, okay. She did
because they may not be fair to us, but I'm going to be as
true.
fair as I can to them.
No. I want to be fair too. I don't know. Like, so you guys, I'm just going on what you guys are saying. So, if that's the context, I believe you guys. I believe you, chat. But I am just making a general statement. Begging is not generally not that effective. Mama Oka says, "Can I send a scream next time someone calls a loli a pred?" Just wondering. Also, hi Gator. Yeah.
Hey Ocho.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ocho. I would say, Mama Ocho, that you should not. Yes, you should definitely. I mean, I'll have clips of the stream. Eagle, clip this stream, bro. We're going to have some clips of the stream, so it'll be a little bit shorter, but you'll be able to send the stream or the clip of the stream to somebody to educate them why you should not call somebody a PDF file just because they like Lolly, right? Because liking Lolly does not mean you're convicted of a crime or you're a criminal. Unless they have gone to jail, which, by the way, as far as I know, the Australia law is largely untested. It's largely just theoretical at this point. So I'm not sure that anybody is actually gone to jail yet and done serious time for Lolly in Australia. I'm not sure about that. Once again, the moral choice is your moral choice. And by the way, someone says, "Don't tell Nux." Actually, I've had this conversation with Nux, and I've said, "Look, this is my personal opinion on it. Like, what is the law?" Right? And I generally am a person who's concerned with the law, right? Because I'm a lawyer, right? So I generally look at the law and like what's legal and what's illegal. And if they're not illegal, then they're not a criminal. And you cannot call them a criminal. That's just a fact. That's defamation.
It's basic defamation law.
That's basic. It's basic. And we didn't fight about that. I mean, we just had a little quick private conversation, and it was like, okay, well, it's my view, it's your view. We were respectful about it, and after that, we collabed. So, I mean, once again, you can have conversations with people you disagree with. I know this is crazy, but it's possible. Fiorina De Fontaine said, "Glad to see another foreigner here in the Philippines." Hey, what's up? Salamaku. It's not much, but I hope this covers your pandasal, Mr. Lawyer. Yes. Oh my God, I want a fucking pandasal after this. Probably go over to I'm in Uptown BTC right now, so I'll probably head over to Mitsukoshi Mall or somewhere after that. They just opened a really cool Japanese furniture store right there. So yeah, really cool. Let's see. So thank you for that. Wild said it's sad to see the livers are struggling because Riku can't get his shit together. Yeah, and clearly they're not spending money on their fucking 3D live event. Gator, did you see the fact they struck me over it?
I did see that.
I know.
They hit you, they hit Trigger Point, they hit a bunch of other people. Anybody that was even the edits and the memes they were taking down.
It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. It's so petty. And once again, the W is that they confirmed it's from their. The W is they literally confirmed that shitty graphic was from their live event. Because if they didn't do that, they would never have confirmed that. But they've specifically confirmed that horrible graphic, pure quality. Once again, let me see if I can. Let me see.
Poor Petra.
Well, once again, it's not her fault. But, that's what they did to your girl, right?
Yeah, they threw her out there like that.
Yeah, they put her out there like that. They tried to make that made that a thing when it really shouldn't have been a thing. It's real sad. It's real sad. Anyways, long.
Whoa, you're roboting really bad.
What? Oh, roboting?
Oh, you're roboting.
Long
Did the audio work for that?
Yep, that worked. That was fine.
Okay. Just kidding. Long man as a quality pause is good. Whenever Manila Internet acts a fool. Clip Blocker says, even though it's not doxing now, doesn't mean it can't be later. There were 8 months between my address being mistaken for a VTubers and my car being shot up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So listen, in the United States, doxing is many times an attempt on somebody's life. I do think that people who are the doxers in the US, or especially swatting, should be charged with attempted murder, right? Because it is very messed up and it ends up with a lot of bad repercussions in terms of like swatting. I'm talking swatting specifically. Doxing is another thing. I think doxing there should be a separate penalty for. I know California has a law they enacted regarding certain types of harassment online, which can apply to doxing. So I think more laws like that should be extended, although some of them will be challenged as whether or not they're enforceable against people's free speech. So there's a certain balance, right? If information is publicly available, it's going to be hard for you to say they expose that information. However, if it was private information, they're exposing it. Yeah, that's going to be a problem, and I think that should be. Illegal. But yeah, swatting is an issue. But legally, it is complex because, for example, if you put your information out there publicly in a database and it's accessible for anybody, and somebody happens to find that database, even if
You roboted really bad there.
Long,
all right. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I got the quality down already too, so I don't know what's going on with the internet today. Maybe everyone's getting crazy over here. The Niji sisters are coming for me. All right.
Helldivers are activating.
Well, while I'm roboting, why don't you explain the situation with Offguy?
Yes. Okay. So you guys remember when Offguy had to issue that statement basically saying that the Niji Sanji livers weren't going to be there? Well, they had to do that in the wake of the Kenji stuff too. There was this group of guys, the Mofongo boys, that were involved in this secret group chat. That stuff all came out, and they had to announce that they were no longer going to take part at Offkai Expo. And I have the tweet right here. Let me bring this up on screen here. So unfortunately, Offkai has had to make yet another announcement that another group of VTubers are not going to be there at Offkai Expo.
There you go.
Yep.
So,
but you know who is going to be at Offkai Expo? Your boy Gator. I'm going to be there. That's my announcement.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm going to play one for
Maybe
this.
I have a chance. You goddamn crocodile! Go back to the fucking Florida! Go back to the Florida, you fucking crocodile!
Your boy Gator. Coming through. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I hope that we can do like a, maybe like if you're at Offkai, I really be interested. We should set up like a legal mindset, like on the tablet. You know, you guys can hang out.
That would be fun.
That'd be
yeah.
hilarious. You know, like, hey guys, come meet Legal Mindset with Gator. That would be great. But yeah, like who's gonna be at Offkai now? Like so like they've lost so much time. Like who's gonna be there?
Well, Mint and Matsura are going to do their podcast live there, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Ooh, nice. That's really cool.
Yeah, if you look at the guest list, there's still a lot of VTubers. In fact, a lot of Holo Live announcements came out the other day. There's going to be a lot of Holo Live presence there now. Kiara's going to be there. Kayla's going to be there. Bibu, you got to pay your Bibu tax there.
Wow.
Of course, FaZe Chad's in the audience. We'll know. Amy's going to be there. Moo Yu is going to be there. Rooney Ruse, Kinari Hina, Saya. They're all going to be there.
So we got Offguy here, obviously May 31st to June 2nd. Unfortunately, You know what's funny? Like, I will almost be in. I have to do a layover in LA, like on June 2nd or 3rd. I forget the day, but anyways, like I'm just missing this in my travels. But you know, Elia there, Ari, Suma, Kirspika,
Mozumi, Peachy.
Paulo, Hades, Zeus, Poseidon, Vishojo, Matara, Henya.
Henya's gonna be there. Our favorite little
Nice.
tea kettle.
Yes, Nine, Rina, Shi, Kaya, Hololive, Takanashi, Kayla, Koski, Regis, and Gavis. Phase Connect, Mumu, Ima,
I always love hearing you pronounce these.
Rooney, and Hikanari Hina, and Saya. And then that's why I do it, just because I know it's like I'm mispronouncing so many of them. Vivi, Ashton, Sens, Big Ham, Arvun, Vextora, Irene, Jeff, and Bree at Cookie Box, EB Games, D the Sphinx, Zumi, Miori, Nyarchu, Sina, Kasara, Fiskai, Tobe. Wow, there's so many. Coefficient, GX.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. Why is Coefficient in there? Why the fuck is Coefficient in there? What the fuck's going on here, guys? Come on.
Well, look, he dressed as Fuamoko once. Doesn't that count for something?
Maybe. Patriarchal, Mia, Mint, Uoslab, Aoi, Iku, Rita, Shiki, Pina, Ami, June, Mako, Nana, Ryu, Ichigo, Kumo, Kira, Peony, Bao.
Bow's gonna be there. Yep.
LXOX and Yo Clash. So a lot of motherfuckers. Wow, that's a lot of people. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of people. So I'm like,
and there's probably still more that they're going to announce because it's still a month away, and then so.
Yeah. So I mean, you could get more people that are like, yeah, I'm going to be there. Because like, what does it take for a VTuber? Like, once again, it's just they're going to appear there, right? So like,
right. Now some of them do bring meat suit there as well.
Yeah.
They normally don't. The bigger ones normally don't like say that. They go incognito.
Yeah. Incognito, and like nobody knows they're there. Yeah.
Right. Nobody knows who you are when you're wearing a cosplay.
Right. You know, everyone's the same when they're wearing the ninjutsu suit. You know.
Right.
So, yeah.
But the cool thing about this convention is because it's, VTuber related, like they could be anywhere in the world and still like do the meet and greet stuff. It's really neat.
Yeah, that's actually that's actually really fun. And like the fact they could be anywhere or they could be there. You don't know. Right? You have no idea. Koei is a 2-for-1 diversity hire, flesh and male. Hey! I think you need diversity and like lawyers. Next time, I really need to do it. Chaos Smash says Nusagi is destroying your wife at her event. We're gonna do an off collab at some point because he's gonna be up here in Manila, and then I need to get down to Mindanao at some point. So we're gonna do some collab. Me and the depressed bunny are gonna do some collabs. It's gonna be fun. Clip Blocker says agreed. His literal wife Faith is VTuber, not Koei. Oh wait, his actual wife is a VTuber? Is that true?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, Koei is there. So when does Legal Mindset debut at OffGuide? That'll be great. I think. Look, this year I didn't know about it till later, and I already made travel plans. But I mean, I will say, and I don't want to say exactly, but like I will plan to make more stuff in the future, especially stuff in Asia, right? Because I mean, I live in Asia, so that'd be more fun for me. But that said, yeah. Thinking for Buki, welcome as a new member. Appreciate you as a member. The BLM, the most based membership. Not simply the RPG, but the real deal. Has Andrew seen Jiggle Physics are a real clip? I think I've seen that one. What did you just send me?
Oh, this is so I'm gonna be going with another guy that covers VTuber stuff, Necro13. We're gonna be tag teaming there. This is he's trying to win a hotel room in this contest. Everybody could go over there and like the tweet. This is my shameless shameless plugging moment.
We're gonna buy so much Faye's coffee, lad. So what do you need to do? Like it, and then that's good enough. That's
good enough. The top
good enough,
three,
like-
the top 3 highest likes will win like a ticket and a free hotel room.
Oh, nice. Okay, guys, like this one over here. I'll put the link in the chat. You're gonna let's see. I can just go away. Oh no, not that. Okay, I will share that out with you guys. You guys can like.
This is my last minute Hail Mary because we're like 20th place.
You're like, okay, we're definitely not there. All right, guys, support Gator for coming on. There you go. It's in the chat. Support Gator for coming on. Go ahead and do with that one. Gonna drop that. Right
I don't
there.
shill very often, but when I do, it's always for somebody else.
Here, I'll retweet it too. I'll retweet it too. I'll retweet it too. So you guys can see it now on my Twitter because I've retweeted. So you guys can get it off my Twitter as well. And just like that and get him up there. Let's get Gator that W. Natasha says, "Where are your pillows, dear leader?" Huh? I don't know. Sparky says they can DMCA my post and screen cap my post and the screen cap of my post and so on. Yeah, that's how it goes. They will keep DMCA. Eventually, they will ban your account, though. Just be aware of that.
Yeah, if you get too many DMCAs in a certain amount of time, they will straight up just suspend you.
Yeah,
I found that out the hard way.
So yeah, be very, very, very careful about that. Okay. So about the Mumpunga Boys issue, like that was all related to some of the recent stuff that was going on.
Yeah, it was all related to Kenji, because one of the people that was in that group chat was the person that released his personal information, and the revelation of this group chat getting out where they were all like talking crap about him and sharing this stuff came out, and so that caused the entire group to fall apart. Now, I don't know specifically, like, because almost everybody has like tried to distance themselves from it and say they weren't responsible, they weren't involved.
Sure.
So, and it's always, you know, with these like weird Discord groups, like it's always hard to tell who's telling the truth or not. The best solution to these sorts of things is to just kind of like the prime directive: observe, comment on, but leave the involved parties alone. That's kind of how I see it, because you don't know who's telling the truth and who's not.
Speaking of Discord, do you know they just changed their terms of service?
I did. I got that notification.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit more. But real quick, Chaos Mesh is possible collab with Necro 13. Maybe. I mean, I'm open to it. I'm open to collaborating with a lot of people. Guys, if you have anybody who you want me to collaborate with, let me know and hit them up. Tell them to collaborate with me. Be like, hey, collaborate with Legal Mindset. You know, let's do it. I like having guests on. I like having people on. You know, it's good to have people on. Speaking of which, got my agent right here. In fact, Josh, and let me bring you. You know what? I'm going to send you an invite, Josh, because I want you. You're being accused of assassinating Riku at this point by some of the Niji Sanji stands. So you should defend yourself, like defend your honor as a proud Kiwi who would never do such type of shenanigans. Just a wholesome boy in Tokyo. So I'm going to send you an invite just to pop on if you want to. You can pop on in avatar form. It's fine. But I sent you an invite, Josh. Mitch said, I still don't regret getting a DMCA'd.
It was con.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Just like,
Famous last words. Well, they didn't DMCA me.
yeah. Well, they didn't get me. Oh yeah, I do have to collab with Rev too. Yeah, I'll hit him up. I will hit him up. But you guys go to them and say, hey, collab. Like you need to collab with Legal Mindset, right? So yeah, no, I think that'd be a fun one. I think we just have a good conversation, you know. And look, I try to. I think one-on-one, I have good conversations with most people, right? I have good conversations with 99% of people. I think the problem is usually panels or people that aren't speaking. That's usually the problem. Speaking of which, let's take a little clip break here before we transition to talking about the terms of service. We got to have a little bit of fun. So let's go with a based Yabbit real quick for a minute.
Oh shit, in school. I remember in gym class, the preppy girls would do like the girl push-ups, and the fucking teachers would just let them. And then when I tried to do the same, like I'd get scolded. It's like, what the fuck? Why? What? Do I not count? Do I not count? Do I not fucking count as female? I remember one time for a band performance, right? So I was in band class, and we were doing a little concert. I remember the teacher assistant lady. She was helping people get dressed and stuff. Not like stripping them down and getting them dressed or whatever, but just like finishing touches and stuff, like adjusting hair and stuff, and like straightening shoelaces, like stuff that dumb kids just didn't care about. So I went over, right? It was my turn for help. And the uniform regulations kind of were like boys tucked their shirts in and girls did not tuck their shirts in. And you know what she did? You know what she did, chat? She tucked my fucking shirt in. She tucked my goddamn shirt in. And I didn't realize that it was like a boy and a girl thing. And one of the other girls, she was like, Pippa, why is your shirt tucked in? And I was like, because the fucking assistant tucked my shirt in for me. I don't know. Why? Does it look weird? And she's like, are you a boy? I was like, no, I'm not a fucking boy. What? And she was like, well, then untuck your shirt. Only boys tuck their shirts in. I was like, what the fuck? And I'll never forget! Short hair. I didn't have short hair. I had long hair. I've always had long hair because I fucking hate getting it cut. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, but
That was a good one. That was a very good one. Bring on Horse Girl again. Oh yeah, we're gonna have Rima on again. Rima actually wants to come on. It's just sometimes the times don't line up for us. She's sleeping or not ready or whatever. So yeah, but definitely collabing with Rima again. Yeah, love Rima and full support.
She just had a new video come out actually talking about the dark side of idol culture and VTubing.
Yeah. Picking a true gender equality. Okay, got enough clips for today, but I'll put that in the stack. Thank you. Volt says, don't Nux and Rev have a beef. Just a heads up, I don't want them both getting mad at you. Yeah, I'm not saying I have them both on at the same time. I'm saying one-on-one conversations. This is where, look, even people that you may disagree with or have different viewpoints, when you speak to them one-on-one, it often is a much more reasonable conversation than when you make it into a debate, right? Or make it into a my side versus your side or your team versus my team. Like, I can understand both points of view. And when it comes down to a moral decision, that's your morality, and you're allowed to have whatever morality you want. If you think something is immoral, then you personally should not do it and not participate in it. And that's fine. Silbury says, my personal Twitter got suspended, and I said JCPenney should disalive, and I refused to cop to hate speech. I made a new one because I got to see Kayson's butt while we were built Gunpla together. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm complaining about Kayson's
She
butt.
does have a nice butt.
I mean, we've seen the twerking. It's pretty. It's pretty. Let's just pull it up real quick.
I am a man that appreciates a good curve.
Yes, I'm a man. Yes. Actually, I'll just pull up the image. The image is good enough. Don't even need more. I mean, people hate on Kayson. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, but but can you inspire legions to go to war like this? Because this is 100%, 1,000,000%.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Just saying. All right, Kayson. My Japanese third wife. It'll happen. All right. So, Japanese demon lord Abade Lucifer. What's up? Said I may have missed it, but have you seen Pippa in the Brazilian Confederate celebrate? How long is this clip? Okay. It's on Rumble. That's like a red flag. Okay. I'm gonna watch this on my own time. Let's put it that way. I'll watch it on my own time. It's on Rumble, so that's probably pretty fucking spicy. So, all right. Let's get into the terms of service. So here's some interesting things. I've been to Brazil multiple times, guys. Multiple times. I still have my Brazilian visa and my passport. I actually have to keep my old passport because it was in my old passport, but it was back when the Brazilian visa was good for 10 years. So I think we don't even need a visa there anymore. I think they changed that rule. But anyways, all right. Here are the TOS. Okay. So there's some important things they've added to this. And this is actually pretty fucking crazy. right? Discord is actually kind of getting power hungry here. So first of all, you now are bound to arbitration. You at least are trying to bind everybody who has a dispute with Discord to arbitration. So essentially to settle out of court in California through the FAA, the U.S. Federal Arbitration Act, right? And agreeing to arbitration under the American Arbitration Association. And and also limiting what documents you can submit. So saying that arbitration is solely based on documents you submit to Discord. Also, they're saying that they prevent mass filings, so preventing a lot of people filing cases, and also preventing, class actions. So mass action and class action. So right here saying you agree that you may bring claims against the other only in your individual capacity and not as a class member. By the way, this will probably be ruled illegal. The court will probably be ruled this illegal. So Discord is trying to do something that's probably not illegal. And once again, this is something where I said companies will try to put shit in their terms of service that is very fucking suspect and very questionable. And putting in here that you cannot be a member of a class is probably not going to fly. Because if this was a term, then everybody would put it in every contract to get out of class actions, right? Everybody would put this in a contract, right?
Right.
So I think this would get thrown out in 2 seconds. I don't know what they're thinking here and what their lawyer's smoking, right? You might win on the arbitration stuff, but although actually arbitration is increasingly getting thrown out in TOS like this, because you're not really agreeing to it, you're just like accepting it. So courts are treating TOS a little bit differently than contracts, formal contracts. So even with the arbitration, it's kind of suspect, but the class waiver will probably be thrown out. But that's in the new terms of service. And just so you guys know, this is the type of shit you're accepting. This is the type of shit you're accepting. And once again, it's like, oh, you want to use it? Well, you just accept it, right? It's adherence. So.
And all of these social media companies are putting stuff like that in there. It's like a tower defense game. They're just putting as much BS in front of you and them as they feasibly can when it comes to court. So that way they feel more confident in stripping you of your God-given rights.
And even if it's not legal, the problem is now you've got to fight it because they're going to raise it as a defense, and now you've got to beat it. So it's going to be a problem. Muzzy, welcome back as a member. You were already a member before. You donated so many memberships, but thank you for coming back to the RPG, gravitating back, as well as Chaos Smash. Thank you, guys. Getting all of the emojis, the members-only content. Guys, I'm still going to be doing a lot of members-only content, a lot more filming, especially now that I'm done. I've found I'm still in Manila. This is an Airbnb, but I am moving into a new apartment soon, so I'm going to get situated with that. I'm going to get double internet. So I'm going to get, I've been told that, especially in the Phils, you've got to have 2 internets. You've got to have your cable company internet, and you've got to have your mobile company internet just to make sure it's 100% up all the time. So I'm going to have double internet. We're going to be rocking it. We're going to have a new studio. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Geo Rockman, welcome as a member as well. Geo, like a rock. Sparky says, putting Gator in the hot seat.
Uh-oh.
When is the One Piece episode for Anime Boomer podcast? Staring Gator down.
So I can talk about that briefly. So the last time we did a One Piece episode, we had on Mumkey Jones. He's a big One Piece fan. I've had some trouble getting in touch with Mumkey. I've been through a couple of Twitter accounts. I've been a naughty boy in the past on Twitter. Finally got my OG account back, but I did not have DMs with him on that account. So I've been trying to get in touch with him. If that doesn't work, I'm probably just going to find somebody else that's a big One Piece fan and invite them. But I'd like to have Mumkey back on to talk about it, especially when we finally get the revelation that we've been setting up for in the manga that we've been going weeks and weeks and weeks now, waiting for the resolution to find out what Vegapunk is going to reveal to everybody. I'm hoping that we can schedule the episode in such a way that it coincides with that big revelation so we can talk about it. But like I said, trying to get in touch with Mumkey. If it doesn't work, I'll just give up and I'll have somebody else on that's also a huge One Piece fan. There we go. There's your answer. By the way, got a response from my good friend Meme Copium, Josh, when I sent him the invite. And I'm just going to show this for you to make sure I'm not making up. I'm out in Tokyo today, so I can't jump on, or I would. My public statement to anyone that thinks I'm stalking Niji sisters is to check their vaginas for sand.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
So in chat said Nux Taku is a huge One Piece fan. I don't know if I have enough. I don't have many. I don't have a lot of viewers. I don't. I mean, if he would be down, that would be fun. Yeah, that would be fun. Sorry, I'm still dying. That was beautiful. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Sorry, one more time.
Hello, Beso Department.
That's why I love Josh. I love Josh. We just have a fucking great time in Japan. It's just really great. It's really great. All right. Okay. Some guy with cancer. What's up, bro? So I was trying to talk to you about Vince McMahon when his suit dropped, but I was selling my house. I've covered that case, but once again, Vince McMahon case is very sensational. And I want to see facts play out with that case. I want to see it like get some discovery, see what's true and not true. Anybody can allege salacious shit, and especially when it comes to sexual stuff, right? The more crazy it is, the more attention it gets, the more pressure it puts on them to settle. So I'm very look, and I've survived the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp era. You know, we survived watching that case, talking about the bottle, right, where we have nurses saying you would die if that was the case, right? Like, you know, they're these salacious, especially when they're salacious in a sexual nature. I really want to see proof. I really want to see evidence. I really want to see a court case, and then let's see it play out. And if it goes to court, I'll cover it. You know. And the other problem is that wrestling. I followed wrestling for a really long time, and there's all sorts of stories in wrestling. People will tell. There's these things called the dirt sheets. They're basically like the drama magazines that talk about like all the salacious stuff going on in wrestling. And a lot of this stuff is kind of, I don't want to say par for the course, like it's a good thing. It's definitely
straight
a bad
out
thing.
of the dirt sheets.
But yeah, but like the problem is that there's no way to prove a lot of the allegations that are made in the dirt sheets, and wrestlers will often just like spout BS. Like I love Hulk Hogan, but the man once said that he wrestled like 380 days out of the year. I mean, when a wrestler says something, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, just not the grains of salt out of the Niji sisters' holes.
Snatch, yes. Muzzy says, congrats to Pippa, who married Tenma while in Japan. Such an unhinged and very based couple. Progress wins again. I support their marriage. It's the best visa she could get is the spouse visa. RM says, beat copium, more like based copium. Abso-freaking-lutely. One more time.
Hello, Beso Department.
He's absolutely based, for sure. Beowulf 86 says, Pippo learned Southern history by effort clips. We'll get you the Confederacy clip. It's 7 minutes long. I'm going to save that because I do have a bunch of stuff to do today. So trying to get through some of these and then get on with it. But we're going to have another like members clip day. So like that's probably going to be the next member stream. It's like a clip catch up because there's a lot of clips I've been wanting to catch up on, and also maybe like a watch of like somebody's debut or another really cool stream, which is a really chill stream. We're just like watching content, having fun, just like chilling. I think that will be the next member stream. So that will come up in the next week or two for sure. Geo Rockman, I know this might be on topic. How do you feel about TV shows like Suits? And do you feel it's misleading? Oh my Lord. Whenever anybody brings up Suits, I get triggered like a motherfucker. It is complete. I mean, there's some things that are like reality, right? Of course. But I would say 60% of it is very wrong. And it's to the point where it's like extremely misleading into what being a lawyer is like. And like, for example, people would get disbarred like left and right for a lot of the things that were happening. So like, there's a lot of stuff that just would not fly, right? Just like logistically, it like would not work. It's like, oh, you haven't ever gone to law school, right? Like that's not going to work out, right? You haven't passed the bar. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is not going to work out. Yeah. So Suits does mess things up, but That said, whenever I see a lovely young lady who's like, "Oh, you remind me of Harvey Specter, or you remind me of Suits," you go with it. You just lean into it, guys. Pro tip. That's Riz 101. Black Sheep says, "Yo, if you ever think you're making a home base here in Phil, I have some spare gear I can lend you like a mic and inverse." I have Black Sheep Boy. Thank you so much, bro. I've got 2 setups. This is my travel setup. So this is actually my travel setup right now. In fact, should I spin it or should I spin it and reverse it here? I can like pull off my camera. Let's do this. Should we do this? Okay, I think we can do this. All right. See, there's my mic, right? I've got my little travel setup here. Look, there's Gator. There's the light. You got all that. So this is my Brio. So I'm using my Logitech Brio. So
I have one of those.
Yeah, it's a really good travel camera. I highly recommend it for anybody who wants to stream while traveling. It can do 4K if your internet is up for it right now. I had to go down to 480. Let's go up to 720. Let's see if we're okay with 720. I think we're all right again. Yeah, desk reveal. I know. Yeah, my mic is a Shure MV7. Little crappy light there. Yeah, tabs exposed. Yes. You guys see that I'm also connected to YouTube X and a certain clip about HoloLive. That's coming up soon. We ladies want a waifu mindset body pillow. We'll get that. We'll get the merch.
That'll be a stretch goal.
To be honest, I saw Rima, our favorite Klopper. I saw her merch. It looks so awesome. And I'm like, I want cool merch. Like we gotta do that over here on this channel. What's going on?
That's my dream one day, is for people to actually want my merch. Someday I'll get there.
Another VTuber topic I suggest, the Ulu Land was a complete clown show. VTuber Arundel covered it. Maybe Law Lessons there. Ulu Land.
Now this is something I don't actually.
I have not heard of Ulu Land. I'm putting it. I'll look at it later. Okay, thank you. And then thank you for the 10 Legal Mindset memberships. I love the Spike Man and appreciate that he's so freaking based. In fact, Spike Man, more like
long
Spike Man is secretly the long man. We all know this is true. So yeah, got that one. Thank you very much. Solon says, you didn't get it when Hulk Hogan said he wrestled for 300 days. He didn't lie. He did it in the warp.
Well, that was, and actually I had to double check. It was 400. He said he wrestled 400 days.
Oh.
The number of days changes for some reason in his stories, but his argument was that he was flying back and forth from Japan to the United States to Europe, that he was crossing time zones so often that it equals 400 days.
Okay, I got it.
That's his cope.
Okay, all right. Nice try there, bro. Clip Barker said, any tip on getting a passport as a traveler in the U.S.? You're sending me dollars, so get a passport. Just get it. You should have it. It's important. It's a second piece of ID, and also it's an ability to be freedom and go where you want to go. And there's a lot of places, especially as an American, you're sending me dollars, so I'm sending you an American. You have a very strong passport. You can go to a lot of places without a visa, right? You can stay a lot of places for a very long time. Here in the Philippines, you can stay for 3 years just on a tourist visa, which is kind of freaking crazy. And all you have to do to renew that is to leave the country for a little bit and then come right back in. So yeah, there's a lot of advantages to it. So I would say do it. Start traveling small. If you haven't ever flown to another country, go somewhere close. Go like a Mexico or even Puerto Rico or something like that. Start a small trip and then go somewhere longer. If you have need any help or need any specifics, hit me up by email. And if it's about Asia or relocating here or whatever, you can also book a consultation. Chaos Smash says 300 subs and Hoodie Andrew comes back for a month. I'll bring Hoodie Andrew back. Don't worry. Although I need to figure out. Okay, guys. I know this is like a meme, but I think someone may have stolen my hoodie. I think somebody may have stolen my hoodie. I have to double check because I need to make sure that hoodie is still there because I think it's either buried somewhere or somebody stole my hoodie. It is really comfortable. And that's the danger of having comfortable hoodies, guys. The danger of the comfortable hoodie.
I'm gonna protect my Pomo hoodie with my life and my Pippa
yeah.
hoodie.
Yes, LM merch, but he's a alligator kimono Mimi. What's kimono?
Kimono Mimi. It's one of those suits. It's like the
animal ears. Oh, it's Kigurumi.
Yeah, well, yeah, Kigurumi.
It's like a Kigurumi. Okay, yeah, I would wear an alligator Kigurumi for sure. Absolutely, I'd 100% rock that. I'd make that merch and wear it on stream. I would 100% wear a gator or crocodile Kigurumi / Kinomimi, whatever. If it's the ears,
yeah, the kimono Mimi are the ears. But I think he meant.
Like,
I think he was
gator. If it's a gator, it's got to be like it's got to be a hood, like because it's got to like come down, like you know what I mean. It's not just an ear, like gators.
It would have to be one of those hoodies that can like come over your face, but it's like got the big long nose.
Yeah. We can do that. We can for sure do that. Some guy with cancer says I was going to stick it with Vince's history stuff we know. P.S. Legal Eagle loves suits.
Of course he does.
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
There's not a correct clip for my distaste for Legal Eagle. Actually, hold on. There is one. It's a Flesh Tuber clip. Hold on. Here, it's the Elon.
But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
That's what I want to use for my Disney days. But that's a good one, though. It's a good Flesh Tuber clip. Hayden says, I think Uwu, which was 2 weeks ago. Wait, what? Several VTubers, including Cinder Bao, made IRL appearances, did concerts at panels that seemed to go okay, but the cons itself had some issues. Why did nobody hear? Why was this like a non-issue? I mean, I pay attention to VTuber news and things going on, and I didn't even hear about this at all. So
yeah, I'm just now hearing about this. It was also called WeebCon.
WeebCon?
I'm looking at the website right now.
Okay, was it a ball pit?
No, but I did find the person that made a video about it, so I'm gonna watch that and then kind of catch myself up to it. But yeah, Bao was there, Cinder was there, Chibidoki was there, Nags was there, a Destiny YouTuber I've seen, Zavaler was also there. Let's see who else. Some names I recognize.
Okay,
Fifi,
Gator,
Coefficient, Rev was there.
Rev was there. Oh wow, so there's a lot of people there. Okay, really professional question because I'm getting in a debate with Dragon's Treasure here on this, and I want to get your opinion on this. Okay.
Kirsha, I didn't know Kirsha was there.
So we've got four. So this is this beam. I don't know. Have you seen this one here? But the four girls, right? Have you seen this one?
Yes.
Mizuho,
Yeah, I saw Johan. Johan on Twitter posted this.
Okay. So you've got the one on the left, right? He was like, "Nice to meet you. I'm Riku. My father's wealthy. He's prepared a betrothal present of 50 million yen, which, by the way, at this point is about $300,000. So, right, that's your betrothal price there, $300,000, right? Because remember, the yen is taking a shit. And Mizuho, who's like, who's 18 years old. I work behind the scenes in fashion. In the future, I want to own my own shop, so I want to hurry and settle down. I like manga and games, and I know about those kind of things, right? So she's 18, knows about manga and games. Then you have Marin, who's 25. I like nice guys. I love little kids and like to have lots of children. Oh, I'm a mother of 2 little ones. So single mom right there. And then Satsuki Hayakawa, age 31. I work in real estate in Ochonmizu, and my interests are horseback riding and Japanese dance, and I went to law school at Akiyama Academy. Who is your pick out of this, Gator? Actually,
let me put
a poll too. Okay, hold on. Poll in the chat here, and I'll put them by their number. So it's 55, 49. What is this? 30. I can't
5,
see it.
I think.
35 and 29. All right. So we'll just I can do it by the names too. Let's see if it doesn't lag here. Okay. Who is your pick? Right. Okay. So 55, 49. Add option. We're going to go with 35. And the last one is 29. Okay. So, all right. Got that up. Got that poll up for you guys to vote in the chat. Right. Okay. Gator. Thoughts.
All right. I'm going to explain each one and my justification at the end, like who I picked.
Okay. Now they're not flawed. Okay. Let me just be clear. None of them are flawed. Everyone has flaws, right? So this is not like if the choice was like, it's if you have to wife up one of them. You don't have a choice, right? You don't have a choice. Go ahead.
Right. So I'm just speaking purely. This is my logical thinking, my rationalization, and we're gonna go in order, right? So you start with number 55. So if you marry her, you're going to get a lot of money. However, the red flag here is that she didn't mention how old she is, and that's I love hags, but as part of a personal thing for me, I want to have kids.
Yeah.
And if she's, already in menopause, that would be very difficult. That's my issue with 55. Okay. 49, okay, we can move on to 49, right?
True.
So, she's very young, and that's a little bit of a red flag. I prefer women that are in the age of they can drink in America. That's my preference.
Not in America. She can drink in other countries.
In America, I prefer women over the age of 21 because 18-year-olds are young and kind of dumb. Sorry, people that are Generation Alpha in the chat.
But look, she seems to have a business-minded mindset there. She's interested in having.
She does. Store. She definitely has a business mind. She seems to have similar interests. She's into anime, video games, manga.
Yeah.
She has a drive, and she's got the art girl aesthetic. Okay, yes. So then we move to number 35. She's at the sweet spot, right? She's 25 years old. She's decently curvy, pretty.
Yeah.
She says she likes nice guys. She says
but let's scroll down.
She wants to have kids
real quick. What's the and I'm a
but
mother.
She has 2 kids, and that's not a deal breaker for some. I'm not quite ready to jump immediately into fatherhood. So that's not something that I would want to do. And then we go to the last girl. She's very pretty. Hag love, 31. She works in real estate, so she has a job. She has her law license, which I guess that's a little concerning that she has her law license.
That's a hyper red flag, guys.
She has her law license, but she's not working in law.
I cannot hold it in. No, wait. Well, yes, that's true. So that is true. She did say she works in real estate. She didn't say whether she works in real estate law, but she went to law school. This is actually a super red flag. So she spent a bunch of money on law school, and she's not even good enough. She's has ended up working in real estate, right? Which is okay, maybe she shifted careers. You'd have to hear an explanation on that. But the mindset here is a danger. And here's the thing for me, Gator, that I just can't get over: the horse riding. There's a thing with horse girls. I'm just telling you. Shout out to Rima. I'm just telling you. Horses are very expensive. Have you ever mucked a horse? Horses are very, very expensive, and they will love that horse more than you. That horse, if there's a bullet coming and they can only save you or the horse, you better say your prayers. I'm just saying. Horses in the chat. So yeah, okay. But what's your pick, Gator?
If I had to pick from all of the 4 women that are listed here,
number 1 and a number 2. I'll give you a backup. I'll give you a number 1, your number 1 pick, and a number 2 pick.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna justify. So chat can judge me, but I'm gonna give my justification for why I say this.
Oh man, I'm ready for it.
So my number 1 pick, and if you know me, you know this immediately. This isn't even I know who Gator's going to pick. My number 1 is number 49. Art Ho Girlfriend Supremacy.
Yes. Okay, so I also picked 49 for sure. The number 2, unfortunately, would be the one that went to law school, would be 29, would be number 2.
Yep, and I concur with that too.
And number 3 would actually be 55 if it's just a political marriage, Number 4, the worst one is number 35 to me, because of the framing that's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's like a by the way. It's like, no, this is a material fact, right? What other material facts are you downplaying right now? At least 55 is on its face saying this is for money. And I'm like, all right, well, it's going to be a money thing. And, I'm going to go over here and you're going to go over there and, take this money. But I mean, the thing with the money though, is it's not that much money. And also that's going to be like the cost of maintaining her lifestyle. So like that money is going to go very quickly maintaining a certain lifestyle for that girl. Right. So yeah. 18 has red flags. Like somebody said in the chat, probably woke, maybe. But that said, if someone is like, this is a frame where they're interested in you, then they're willing to come into your based frame. I've seen it happen. Look,
a lot of times girlfriends will start to adopt positions and beliefs of their significant other.
Yes. I've seen this
happen. You can save her. You can save her, Chad. Don't let them convince you that you can't.
Don't let them tell them you can't save her, guys. You can save them in Hera Girls. It's possible.
But honestly, what's wrong with them is way hotter, so I probably won't.
Yeah. But anyways, that's my pick. I would also pick 49 and then 29 and then 55 and 35 last. So that's my ranking. Chat says, let's see what chat says. Chat actually says 29 by far. So 53% of chat says 29.
Hag love. You're not going to stop hag love.
I get it. Look, I'm not judging you. That's my number 2. And look, I know how to deal with the lawyer type personality type aspect. I can navigate it, but it's not my choice. I'd rather, I think a younger person who like wants to start a business, I can actually help them out more. I have more to offer them, and they're probably going to end up like following along my plan a little bit better. So yeah. But that's just how it is, guys. But support your choices no matter what. They're always
not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Okay, chat. Now, who did the protagonist of that manga pick? Because now I'm curious. Like,
I don't know.
Like, did we fall for somebody's trap card? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody needs to tell me. Like, DM me or email me, and we'll get into it. Hayden says Kirsha did a meetup when she wasn't there IRL. The IRL stuff shows that some VTubers aren't fat bastards in basements. Some are actually attractive women. Most legitimately are. I have suspicions about Rev says that. Yes. When Rev talks about being a man with a wife, yes, I have suspicions. Yes. He might be telling the truth. But yeah, no, I don't doubt that many of them are very attractive, beautiful women. I mean, we've seen a lot of people turn out just like their mom. I mean, Kayson's like the perfect example, right? Of course, she's a little bit of a hybrid, right? But
yeah,
there are others that have come out and it's like, oh, wow. Yeah, they're like spot on, like their personality, right?
Yeah, Bao is very pretty. She showed up live.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Who was the one with the big titties that was bouncing on stage the other? There was one that showed up. Chat. Give me like their boobs were bouncing in that one video, and it was like the jiggle physics. Cinder. It was Cinder. Everyone is Cinder. Yeah, Cinder was legitimately stacked. Like Cinder,
yeah.
Like bro, like what is going on there? Like jiggle physics IRL.
Like a lot of people like to make the jokes that, all VTubers are all dudes with a voice changer. But no. The more we see, the more we find out, actually, they're very attractive women that just don't want to put on makeup every day.
Right. And that's totally fine. And they're entitled to do that. Right. Like, and that's their thing. They just want to stream and they don't want to put on makeup. And also maybe they just want to like have fun and not have to work and focus on their content, not necessarily on their appearance every single day. Where's the clip? Hold on. There's a clip here. Which one? This one?
Yes, ancient women. Any woman that is physically above the age of 13 is ancient.
Oh wait, sorry. I think you meant this Shondo clip.
And when I got to the till, the barista not only had the audacity to be a woman, derogatory, but also talk to me. This is unacceptable. So in no uncertain terms, I screamed, "Excuse me, whore! I'm married! Do not flirt with me! As I proceeded to show her my phone wallpaper and wallet photos, which were both of my life fallen shadow, and then I proceeded to growl at her until the police arrived to escort me out.
Very, very much accurate. Very much accurate. Some nobody said, just like how Tenma would be the perfect idol if she doesn't talk. Oh God, 35 would be quite good if she doesn't have them children /S.
God help me if I get selected for Phase Wars. Tenma's going to single me out and hunt me down just because you said that.
Arden says for 50,000 Indonesian rupiah, says, I know someone who went to law school, became a lawyer, and is doing YouTube covering VTuber stuff from Asia. So green flag for me. Hey! But yeah, I just say, look, as a lawyer, I find it difficult dating other lawyers. I had a long-term girlfriend who was a lawyer who I met in law school. I dated as a lawyer. It gets difficult. I think, to be honest, to be real, it's better to find someone who's complementary, not identical. Right. So like, it's sort of like two positive polarity things repel. Right. That's just the way I think that works. Same thing if you're like a doctor, CEOs don't marry other CEOs. Right. I mean, there are very little female CEOs that there are. Like they end up usually with somebody who's different. Professor Keen says Cinder even called herself the living VTuber physics. That won't hurt you. No, I know. I saw that. I actually showed it because she posted it. She's like, wow, my boobs look good at this. And I'm like, oh, what's going on here? You have my attention.
Nods respectfully.
Totally respectfully. Yes, completely 100% respectfully. That said, Gator, I really respect you from coming on today, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It's been
Absolutely. I always love hopping on.
Yeah, and it's always fun, and thank you for giving me the facts. It's good to have someone to shoot back and forth. I know a lot of my audience, they like when I have a guest on to kind of have a back and forth with and have a conversation, especially when you guys know a little bit more details than me about some VTuber specifics. So I really do hope to have more guests on. I hope I can do more collabs with you as well. Do you have anything coming up you want to tell anybody about other than liking your Twitter to get you into those free tickets?
Right. Well, like I said, the One Piece episode is in the pipeline. We're going to have a guest for that one. I saw someone in chat mention Yellow Flash. I love Flash, but he's not quite caught up to One Piece yet. Maybe if he is, but yeah, maybe if he is by the time that we ultimately get this episode up, I'll invite him if I can't get Mumkey. But I don't want to spoil. I don't want to, because it's going to be a very spoilery episode because we're going to talk about some of the recent revelations that are coming in the manga. So, and I don't want to spoil that for him because I want him to get to that himself. And I love to see people's reactions when they're going through stuff. Like Rie from Phase Connect is going through Steins Gate, and I genuinely love watching people go through Steins Gate. I wish I could go through that entire series again.
I love Steins Gate. I would do that. I would fucking do it.
If I could just forget and watch it all over again with not knowing anything, I would, because it's just so good. And it's one of those things where it's like when pieces start clicking together and you start noticing foreshadowing, it's honestly, it's one of the greatest works in human history, and I will die on that hill.
Yeah, no, I agree. Steins Gate is like the shit. There's a reason why it's one of the highest rated animes of all time. Period. Hands
Absolutely.
Down. Hayden says, Andrew. Oh, sorry, real quick. Hey, it says, Andrew, you need to see the Kershaw Bridge stuff. It isn't legal necessarily, but it's important to get out. She has all the encompassing X post stuff April 4th. I'd like to link to you. I can chat. It would be moderate. Hayden, I've already had Kershaw on to talk Bridge. You should look at my Kershaw episode, but I'll have her on again if she has new stuff. So don't feel like because I've had somebody on once, I won't have them on again. I'll have her on again, but I did have her on, just to be very, very clear. I did have Kershaw on. So,
always need more spicy cat lady.
Exactly. And by the way, why did I have Kirsha on? Because of Gator. Because Gator is one of the people that suggested Kirsha to me. So thank you, Gator.
and that's a two-way street too. If you guys want people on Anime Boomers, you have more power than I do. Like I always like to say, chat is the clout. If you want somebody on the podcast, just reach out to them. Say, hey, Gator's interested in having people on his show. If you want to come on his show, you can contact them, and you can send them the business email, which is animeboomers@gatortime.live.
Awesome. And thank you guys for sending all of your clips. I literally just received, I don't want to show this person's email, but this person just sent me look at all this.
Oh my
tons
god.
of clips. Like this is a huge list. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate all you guys sending me clips. We're gonna do a member. I'll probably do a member stream where we're just catching up on a ton of clips and watching fun stuff. So like that will be on a member stream most likely. But thank you for sending the clips. We will get to everything. I really appreciate you. And with that, Eclipse says, "Hail! What have I missed in the last month or so?" Catch the replay, motherfucker. All right, that said, here's a clip I've been saving. Hollow Live has been keeping the real idol from us. Let's play this.
Why? やったー。3連休だ。やったー。やったー。残業なし。ご賞はあれビビレバビレブーはビビレバビレブーはいやいやこんがらがってもしょうがないからシューズで踊っちゃないビビレバビレブーはビビレバビレブーはいやいやいや今夜に明日などないならば中に踊ったもの勝ちでしょよし
That's Hollow's staff? Wow, that's
Yes.
really cool.
Pachi, pachi. That was really good.
That's really, really good. That's staff?
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
That's great. That's great stuff. Difference between talented managers and talent managers. Boom! There you go. That is a talented manager. On that note, guys, appreciate it, guys. Alpha Lul says that was me. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I got your links. Appreciate them, though, Alpha. You're my boy. Guys, take care. Catch you next time. Peace.
Maybe I have a chance.